Good morning. Today, I'm just going to get right into it. I try to respect your time and mine so I don't beat around the bush. I'll get right into it. There's two mindsets that I want to talk to you today about provision. And I want you to pay careful attention, please. Please pay careful attention because I've spoken to people about this before, and I can't say that I've exactly nailed down how to express this in a way that's clear to everybody. I don't know if there is a way to make this clear to everybody. But there are two mindsets that are considered healthy. One is considered healthy by the father, and one is considered healthy by men. And there are mindsets that are considered unhealthy by pretty much everybody. So we're going to sweep those off the table. We're going to talk about two competing mindsets. And unfortunately, the one that's healthy to the father is the one that's not as common. Not as common. And we're talking about mindsets about provision and how you will have your sustenance. It is often believed that you should do whatever it takes to put food on the table, whether you're a single person providing only for yourself, or whether you are a married person providing for you and your wife, or you're a family person providing for your entire family. It's often believed that you should do whatever it takes. And it's reasonable, isn't it? That seems like a pretty reasonable thing that you should try to do anything and everything possible. And so you go to work, anything that makes money, anything that keeps your hands from being idle, even if it puts you behind. Please listen carefully. Yes, you should not be sitting around idle. You should always be doing something. Even when the Father has you resting, you're resting from something, but that doesn't mean you're completely idle. So, when it's a period to rest, ask carefully the Father. Ask carefully what you're resting from. And do not let it be a case where you're just coasting along doing nothing. Because I don't think the Father ever has us doing nothing. That's not what rest means. But when it comes to provision, I'm not saying that you should let yourself go in need where you are not supposed to be in need. I'm not saying that you don't work because you don't know what you're supposed to be doing. If you go forth and you get a job paying whatever it pays while you sort things out, that's all well and good. That's not a bad thing. That's a very good thing. But you can't let it rest there. You can't let it be that way. You have to take into consideration whether the job you take will keep you from moving forward. Are you going to be too tired to do anything further? Are you going to have no time left? Are you going to have no interest left because your job has sucked all the life out of you? Do you determine a job and its worthiness for provision based on what it pays in dollars? I guarantee you the smallest part of any work you do will be the dollars it produces. I know that's a shocking concept. I know, those of us here in America, That's the king, that's the king thing. Oh, well, he provides a very comfortable living. Doesn't matter that he's wasting his life. Because nobody will see, oh, you're wasting your life there. God gave you life, and he gave you life for a reason. And so the one mindset is that you must do something, and the more it pays, the better. And if it pays well enough, and you enjoy it at least somewhat, and you don't have to do too much terrible evil to keep going in that job, well, God must have provided it for you, right? Maybe. But if you feel a longing in your heart to do something else, if you really feel the Father's put you to doing something else and to move you into a different season, don't ignore that. And don't put the dollars first. And if you approach some sort of work situation, not just jobs, there's all sorts of work other than being an employee. Owning a business is an obvious difference to that, but that can be a lot like having a job too. And there's all sorts of things, but the point is, when you look at something, seek the Father on it. Seek him diligently. Seek him. And if he tells you this isn't the place, then understand that means there is a place. There is a place where you're supposed to be. And if you delay that by taking work that you are not supposed to be doing, if you are not willing to have faith to do what he has you in line to do, that's going to be a really big problem. And you're going to waste years that belong to him. And it's a grievous evil in his eyes. It is. So I'm not telling you to sit around and not work, obviously. I'm not telling you to make excuses to do what your fleshly nature wants to do. No. I'm telling you to have faith instead of fear. Don't have that mindset that any job is a good job, or with some very light requirements, like it doesn't directly offend or cause sin. It's not something embarrassing, or it's not something that someone would disapprove of, and it makes enough money, then that's all well and good, right? No. You were born for a reason, for a purpose. You were born for increase. You were born to make the world better. You were born to bring people to the Father, which means, of course, if you're going to love your neighbor as yourself, you got to love yourself. And if you don't diligently seek your relationship with the Father, you're not loving yourself. And that's a terrible place to be. So be very cautious about these things. I hope this makes sense. I hope that's been clear enough. I hope there's probably more that I'll need to add later, but I think that's a good place to start.
If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. Thanks for watching.